Alright, well it's the next morning, it's early as fuck, and we are on our way to Vancouver Island to deliver the V1.8.
Yep.
So yeah, we're going to be going to see my buddy Ty today. We've got the V1.8. We're jumping in the truck right now. We're going to drive to Horseshoe Bay, jump on a ferry, and we'll share a little bit of that with you while we're on the road. See you in a bit. Alright, we just got to Horseshoe Bay. We're going to be going on the ferry right over there, hopefully. Unless we miss it, in which case we're totally screwed and we're going to be here for like 3 or 4 more hours. But let's hope for the best. We're heading into Horseshoe Bay.
We're going to make it. We're going to make it.
We're going to make it. Yeah, we're just heading into Horseshoe Bay to have a little puff. And this is our village access right up here. So let's see if we can get by these people here.
Oh, good. Oh, okay, yes.
Make sure we have that ticket, right? And that they're gonna let us back in here to our vehicle, because that's what we need to do. Look, we can buy tickets just in case they decide not to let us in. That's a cool little waterfront community here in Horseshoe Bay. Got a Happy Isle Cannabis, which is just here on the main street on Royal, just over there. It'll open in a couple of hours, and it'll be my daughter who opens it. This is all pretty new in here. Big ass ferry prop. Yeah. See if we can't find a little spot to have a morning puff. Got some beautiful flowers here. Beautiful. All right, this is gonna be our spot for a little sesh.
That'll be better.
Good enough, anyway. Kind of crooked a little bit. That's okay. There we go. All right, gonna have a quick little Horseshoe Bay session here.
A little puff ski.
A little puff ski. Thank you, Puffco. I put this in yesterday, and remember, I had loaded mine, and it was...
Oh yeah, yeah, it died right before.
I had killed it. That was pretty funny. So yeah, Logan was just saying that you can't really consume in Washington State. It's not really a good spot to do that. Looks like I can stand down here. It's even better. Rather than sit, I feel a little, you know, I'm gonna lower it a tiny little bit because I'm so particular. There we go. We're both tall guys. We're gonna have a little sesh. I'll get you loaded up because I'm already loaded up. So yeah, this is Horseshoe Bay. If you're going over to Nanaimo on Vancouver Island, if you're going over to Bowen Island, which is a totally different island, if you're going to the Sunshine Coast, which is actually the lower mainland and not an island at all, you would do all of that from right over there, from the ferry terminal. Ferries kind of suck, so we're really hoping today. We got here early enough, 7 o'clock in the morning. We hope at 8:30 we'll get on the ferry. In fact, we are getting on the ferry. There's no doubt about it.
We're definitely getting on.
We can't not get on the ferry. And yeah, let's give it a little toot-toot. probably need to give it a cleaning.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought it was a charge thing, but then again, I might have also plugged it in yesterday.
Did it go?
And my
red?
son may have unplugged the plug from the wall. I didn't check. So this is one of the possibilities when you're in the Puffco world. So this is another puff that I'm not gonna have out of this Puffco, but I do have my other one. Yeah, it says it's 0%. So it got no battery yesterday. So why don't I charge it right now wirelessly? Thank you to my dashed cube here actually for the wireless charging. It was funny because when I plugged that in yesterday, I kind of got a bit of a feeling like, oh, I wonder if Tanner's, you know, pulled the plug out and
Looks like it.
well, this is the beautiful thing when you have professional devices like Puffcos to just have a backup. Obviously, the backup is being used by Mr. Wolverine Dabs right now, but I do have my pivot. And as I said yesterday, when I couldn't get my unit to, because it was dead, and I smoked out of the pivot, I certainly don't feel like I'm getting way less of a rip. You know what I'm saying?
It's like this a very similar rip to the Puffco.
Exactly. So good to have the pivot as a backup. I usually actually travel with my proxy lately too, because now that I got the ceramic bowl for it, I actually really like it. I wasn't a big fan of it prior to getting that particular pipe to plug it into.
I didn't know they had an update.
Oh yeah, I'll show it to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
When we get back to
Would
that.
love to check it out because I wasn't a fan of it either beforehand.
Well, as Roger told me, it is a sipper, not a ripper.
And I'm a ripper.
And I am too, but there are times where I can enjoy a sip.
I get you. But it needs to be used as such.
Yes, absolutely. So here we go. Shout out to Puffco.
Great device is so easy to use, so easy to clean.
Well, could you imagine if I had my pipe and my torch and my
Banger
Temp Tech, my
basket.
banger dude?
Ridiculous. Like, you can go anywhere with this.
What it replaces.
That's a good rip, too.
It's
All
an
the clouds.
incredible rip. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, that thing definitely works.
In less than 1 hour, we're gonna know whether or not we made this ferry. Hopefully we do. Actually, no. We are absolutely making the ferry.
We're getting on.
And,
No doubt about it.
We'll pull the camera out on the ferry. Maybe we see some cool fish or whales or something from the ferry. And yeah, by I guess 10:30, if we get on that ferry, we'll be on in Nanaimo. So thanks for watching.
Cheers. That was quick.
That was quick. All right, well, we did get on the ferry, so there's that. We did get on the ferry. This is Logan's first Canadian ferry. Look, there is a security guard. I've never seen one. Right here. Really? I wonder what his job is to do.
See the other one walk the other way?
No. They've just got fucking... It's a nice little puppy, eh? I want to go say hi to that dog. It's awesome. So this will blow pretty hard when we get around here because it's the front. What's that? Yeah, when you get out there, you know, and you see the island, it's actually really pretty. Don't worry, guys, you don't even have to do that at all, but thank you, that's very considerate. See how considerate Canadians are?
Way better than Americans.
I've got you on record saying that.
Oh, you do?
I'm just joking. Come on. Can you imagine, eh? I don't think I've ever seen a whale from the ferry in all the years that I've been here. And you just saw one. That is so awesome, bro. Good for you.
That was just out of nowhere.
I just love the look on your face, bro. Because I don't know you well enough. I've never seen that face before. Sucked in, hey? You're like, you don't want to look away.
I know. See if it pops up.
That's awesome. Alright, landing in Nanaimo. It's time to get off the ferry. Just waiting for the other row, and then it'll be our turn. Looks like one person didn't make it back. Oh no, that's a BC Ferries truck, so they're not leaving anyway. That's a nice way to make it tight. Campbell River, Nanaimo, Victoria. All right, we just arrived on Vancouver Island, where this baby's gonna call home. So I'm gonna grab it up there with you. Oh yeah, it's well packaged. This is really well packaged.
Oh yeah. No, very easy to get out. We'll just take these walls down, cut this plastic, cut these two things, 2 people, put the first piece down and then the second piece. Good to go.
So how is this in?
I believe you open it right here. So it says open, so you stick a flathead and crank it up.
And stick it in there, okay. Well,
very easy, like rather than, the first couple of units I use a crowbar. This is pretty simple.
Should we do it?
Yeah.
Components of the V1.8. Well, with this guy. least enough to
Let me hop
not
down.
make it sketchy. Yeah, the wheels are locked, so that's good.
See how much lighter it is when it's like these pieces
Let's
are
turn it around
super easy.
and face right here.
Because this will be the front, right?
Exactly. And then we'll be able to put this right down on top of here.
Here, they tilt, and then they grab underneath. Good. Set it right here on the tailgate.
Yep.
Do the same thing.
Let's let it hang off a little bit so we can get our fingers under it. Yours is not hanging off, but mine is. So I'll have
There. Scoot. Oh. Whoa. You want me to walk around?
Yeah, we'll just talk this way. All right, so we just got the V1.8 off the truck. Really nice unit. The hopper is so much cleaner. The pumps, the wiring, the feeding mechanism, and how it's all metal now going down. The plates, a little bit more room to move on these. They don't rub up against the back.
Look how smooth this is. Butter.
Oh my God,
and
are
then,
you kidding
and then
me?
you can, loosen this,
Yeah.
and these can swing.
Tilt. I noticed that
so
right
you can
away.
go straight parallel if you'd like, or you can bow it out, and then you just tighten wherever you want it to stop. And these,
That's
you
really
can
nice.
loosen, you can go all the way back and tighten.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Little shutty here. This is the unit. The V1.8. Super excited. All right, so we didn't really show the putting it together, the assembling, because it was assembled.
Yeah.
The wiring all came wired. The two parts were obviously in two separate parts. We put
Literally
this
just
top.
put that on top.
We just put this on top. Then he screwed these in. We don't have a screw tool yet, so we're waiting on that. These will get in tighter, and that's just for the tube and the bracket for the tube.
Head.
I also put the head pieces in
Pre-wired.
right here, so these just have to be screwed. These all came pre-wired, our positive and our negative, I guess, power supplies, high voltage power supplies. And then, these holes that have lined up on the inside, this is where we're going to have to connect the top to the bottom half. And that way, when you're moving it around and pushing it on the top, it's not going to slide off of the bottom. So Logan was just saying, wow, I'm really going to enjoy these, commissioning of these machines when they show up in a crate and you basically just do this. This is, how much different is this from the 1.6?
This is vastly different. This is the difference between setting up within 30-40 minutes of getting the device and having it up and running, compared to setting up for 5 to 7 hours.
Yeah. No, it's incredible. We're hoping, we don't have the perfect environment yet. I'm going to be coming back and setting this up in a lab, in a proper environment, but my buddy says he has some really beautiful sift, and so I think it's in our best interest. He's turned on his little unit to 60 degrees, so if we can get it down to 60, yes, we probably will have a higher humidity than we want, and I will repeat this over and over again. The lower you can get your humidity, the better. The lower, the better. Make it non-existent. You'll be as happy as you can possibly be. The sweet spot is going to be hidden when you allow moisture to creep into this process. So we're gonna hope for the best, and hopefully we'll get this going on, and we'll collect some big old spoonfuls off of the plates. All right, we are here with Wolverine Dabs. We just got this, he just got the unit set up while I myself was dealing with the good stuff upstairs. Let me know what you did here, Logan.
Yeah, so basically we hooked up ducting so that we could send everything down into a cyclonic separating bucket. So we have a bucket right here that will cyclonically separate the dust. And so any of the excess that comes out of the ventilation will just go land right neatly into this bucket. Then we can harvest it later.
And we have one set up on each side. I just want to mention that we went and got these little bathroom duct pieces, these little white pieces that fit perfect 4-inch to 4-inch to the unit itself. And then we just grabbed a little bit of this ducting And we grabbed a 3-to-1, or a 4-to-3, a 4-inch to 3-inch that goes right into that bucket.
You can see how easy it is just to take off if you wanted to clean it.
2 little snap buttons that click in, one on either side.
And then you could simply attach a vacuum down to this port to create a suction to clean it all out.
Very cool. Easy peasy. You're excited about this, I can tell.
Oh, very excited. Just set that back in, clicks right back in. And then the safety feature on this unit is very impressive. So we have both plates powered up. Now, if we open the doors, the plates shut off automatically. So there's no chance of you getting shocked or harming yourself.
That's a really nice little safety feature.
Plates powered
Boom.
right back on.
Right when you shut the second one, not the first, it was the second lock,
They
and
both
bang,
have to
bang.
be connected for this to work.
Beautiful. Okay, so let's do, what else did you do here today? Oh, show me the air compressor.
Oh yeah, this is a pretty cool feature. So we have the air compressor hooked up down to here. And if you slide this down, it actually shuts the air off from the system if you're having an emergency, like
Point
sift
to
is
it,
blowing
that little
everywhere.
blue guy again?
This little blue guy. So we'll turn it on again. That's the air turning on, and now we can, that's the vibrator for the hopper, and this is the airflow for the actual feeder. You can hear it rushing. But
Beautiful.
if we did this, shuts it right off.
That's awesome. Very cool. This unit is so much better than the last unit.
Okay, this is
Okay,
beautiful.
we're about to run a batch. Walk us through it.
Yeah, so essentially what you'll do is you'll open the unit.
So first we should start with the fact that there's a whole bunch of processes, and we'll get into those later, but for now, this is the process once you've got your cleaned, sifted sift ready to go in the freezer, and we get to this point.
So then you'll open up this, you'll loosen these 2 points, slide your plates off to the center, or off to the sides, and then you'll load your sift down into the center.
Beautiful.
Once your sift's loaded, you'll find the perfect positioning for your plates, and then you'll tighten them into place so that they don't move. Close the doors. Of course, make sure the power's applied to each individual plate. This is the negative, this is the positive.
Right
but
on
I'm
the
pretty
front.
positive that this is the positive plate and this is the negative plate. And so after everything is loaded, you will then begin your airflow. Because just in case any sift falls, you want to make sure your air is running. So if anything falls in here, that it will be sent right back up top.
Beautiful.
After the flow is set, you can get the vibrational feeder going. Once the vibrational feeder is going and it's feeding, you'll notice that stuff will get stuck up in the hopper. So you'll need to turn on the vibrational motors right here to keep everything flowing down.
So this is no longer the vibratory motor?
Well, so this is the vibratory
Feeder, but that's
This is
the vibratory
motor
funnel.
for the funnel.
Beautiful. Wow. That thing really rocks and rolls.
Plugged into the lights again.
All right, we're just going to plug in the unit here. All set up with the Vortex dust bin collectors.
So essentially we've got ducting right up here that's connected with these nifty little quick connects for dryers essentially, but you can disconnect the line there. This will make for an easy cleanup because then you can cap that and hook a vacuum to the end of the cyclonic separator. What this is doing is that when you're running the machine, these are the exhaust ports. So any extra stalks or little small bits of biomass that are so light that they fly up and out of the machine, you can guide them gently into this bucket and harvest later. So click that right back in. So you've got your power supplies here. Make sure that both plates are completely powered. A new safety feature that's been added are these little guys right here. So as soon as the doors open and one of these isn't connected, the power shuts off. But the power immediately goes back on.
Only when you lock them. Oh no, maybe it did go on when you shut
It
it.
has to like pretty much be locked.
I
so
see,
that
I
it's
see.
pressing up
That makes
against
sense.
But yeah, so if we were to just take a new batch of sift and do start to finish, what you would do is you'd open up the unit. Right here you have your points so that you can actually loosen them and then move the plates. So we'll loosen these, they slide like butter right off to the side. So then you would load your sift right down into the center here. Once your sift is loaded, you would then find the perfect position for your plates. And this can all change. You can even simply change the angle of attack if you wanted to go like this. And then you secure it into place like so. Lock the machine. The power to the plates is automatically going to turn on. Now your first step is you always want to make sure that the airflow is rocking so that if you start feeding sift, it will shoot through rather than clog near the bottom. So we always turn this air on. And then from there, you can turn on the feeder. And this will turn on the vibrational feed. Then we also have a separate vibrational motor for the hopper here, which you can turn on. Very aggressive. Now something also very nice about this unit is that if you start having an emergency, sifts flying around, you need to shut the air compressor off quickly. Rather than running to your air compressor, you can simply slide this blue piece down. Once that's slid down, the air is shut off from the system. These no longer vibrate, turn on, feed air. Then as soon as you flip it back up, it's working again.
Beautiful. Let's get some sift in there soon.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so a lot of the people that we brought the plasma sifter to, obviously it's new SOPs, it's new preparation, it's last minute. This group didn't have everything ready, but they managed to grab some sift, but it hadn't been in the fridge or freezer, so we're just doing a real quick sort of de-sifting of it. He's got a really nice like 400 micron colander here that we're sieving through, and you can see underneath it's coming through really nice. And what we're going to do is we're just going to prepare the resin into powder. We'll take that powder, we'll get it into the freezer. Once we get it cold enough, then I can run bits of it through my 250. That'll reduce a lot of the capitate stalks and contaminant that are in there. And then from there, we're going to take the material and run it through the plasmatic sifter. So, yeah, got some decent sift anyway. Not too shabby.
All right, so we've got the sift here that's gone through a 60 mesh filtration. We're gonna load it into the machine.
250 microns for those of you stuck in the world of microns and not in the world of mesh, or LPI, which is lines per inch. That's what mesh and LPI are. So there, he's opened up the doors nicely. He's pouring in the sift. That's nice. That's nice. So you just pour a little on each side, and the vibrator there is going to just bring it right down into the center hole. Beautiful, beautiful.
You move your plates right where you want them.
Get them right back into place.
Power on your plates. Those are working just fine. Making
Perfect.
sure all the connections are sealed before we start. Okay, so we'll get the air compressor going.
Up to 100? Or
Yeah, we're gonna do this one right above 100, right in between 150 and 100
perfect.
on here.
Yep.
I'm going to get the feeder going now.
Yeah. Here we go again. Hey guys, we're just gonna run the Valenveras here. We're gonna run the sift. Before we run it, we're gonna run it through the testing device and see what kind of percentage of THCA we have and total THC, and then we'll run it after we've run it through the plasmatic sifter really quickly. What do you say, Logan?
Yeah, we're gonna get it going right now.
Awesome. All right, here we go. We've got the device loaded up. We're gonna tap that down. We'll get the phone going. I should go dry, sift, tie, done, and we'll go scan. So that's gonna scan right there for us. I love this unit. I've been having so much fun with it. I find it absolutely essential, from the processing to growing, knowing when your THC is at its maximum count, being able to check the macro and micronutrients in your plants while they're blooming is huge. Now, I'm a big fan of this little device, Logan.
Yeah,
I've been having a blast. Yeah, you are, dude. Of course you are. Why the fuck wouldn't you?
Exactly. No, it's so instantaneous.
I was in Kelowna the other day, and my buddy's like, fuck, I'm going to get two. I was like, oh, shit. I want to. I mean, honestly, if I had buddies that owned them, I think I would set up a business, like an Airbnb style, where people send me their samples, and then I have all these guys that own them all over these different places, and I just get them sent, and you just do your testing. All right, we got scan 5 going on here. I love how I can test it anywhere. It's easy, it's clean. Yeah, it's just a great process. Probably get my glove on. We're almost done the final scan, analyzing solid extracts, total THC, total CBD, total active cannabinoids, TAC, contents of your solid extract samples. Anyone want to guess? Total THC, 33.24%.
That's really good for just.
It's really good. Total active cannabinoids, 38.7.
Wow.
Total CBD, just under 1%. So I'm interested to see what it's going to do.
Yeah, let's see what it gets to.
Man called Jk Royal.
Alongside the one called Rich Spot.
Oh, yes.
What a person that.
Na 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 na. Man a herbs burner.
Strictly Sensimilia.
Oh yes. Oh, again. Man a herbs burner.
Highest of the highest.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yes. You're looking at me, I say me eyes so red. Because they read up and up on Salaman head.
You know.
People always ask me, say, why you so humble? I don't smoke the cocaine, that's why I don't grumble. Man a herbs burner.
Strictly Sensimilia.
All right, so we've got the sift here that's gone through a 60 mesh filtration. We're gonna load it into the machine.
250 microns for those of you stuck in the world of microns and not in the world of mesh, or LPI, which is lines per inch. That's what mesh and LPI are. So there, he's opened up the doors nicely. He's pouring in the sift. That's nice. That's nice. So you just pour a little on each side, and the vibrator there is going to just bring it right down into the center hole. Beautiful, beautiful.
You move your plates right where you want them.
Get them right back into place.
Power on your plates. Those are working just fine. Making
Perfect.
sure all the connections are sealed before we start. Okay, so we'll get the air compressor going.
Up to 100? Or
We're gonna do this one right above 100, right in between 150 and 100
perfect.
on here.
Yep.
I'm going to get the feeder going now.
Yeah. There it goes. And then your vibrator that... Oh, shit. Look at this bad boy. I love the light, dude. Look at that. That looks clean. We're gonna collect some heads. Here, I'll hold that for you while you're opening.
Plates auto shut off.
Let's just get in there and kind of look a little bit. Wow.
Smells good in here.
It smells great in here. Here you go, sir.
Thank you. So,
Which one you taking first?
first we're actually gonna move the plates.
Very smart. Would you say that maybe before you move the plates, just in case, having that under the plate would make sense for people? Because if it banged or something, this could release.
It could.
If you had that sitting right there, it would avoid. Well, look, some did release.
Typically, I move them for this procedure specifically. We're trying to dial in which one's the negative and which one's the positive. I'm starting to think this might
we
be
got
the
to start
positive.
with one. I think it is.
So, if this is the positive, then you want to collect them in a certain manner, right? So you definitely want to collect. And the other thing is you don't want what's on the back of the plates.
No.
So when you're moving them, stuff on the back typically is looser. But like, for example, that chunk did fall. That's fine. It'll go back into the system. We'll reroute it. I personally prefer to collect after I've moved the plates. I typically move them, then I set this, and I'm only brushing off what's on the front
I
of the
can
plate.
absolutely tell you that I would put those down before I move the plates because it just makes sense. You'll just catch
Well,
whatever
I've just
falls.
personally moved them before, and I've had stuff on the back because bad stuff ends up on the back.
Yeah,
and
of
if
course.
that falls into it,
This back is as clean as a whistle.
that's because it's the first run.
Yeah.
But we'll brush this down.
Oh, I love this part. Ooh. That is looking like what I like dry sift to look like. Let's hope for some dabbable product. We'll throw it right into the Valenveras, into the Neospectra. And what about this tiny little bit on the top?
We'll brush that back into the main.
Sure.
batch. So now
This looks like
This could be the
look good.
positive.
Does look pretty good.
It does.
can I set these?
All right, we're gonna calibrate, we're gonna scan. And this is the positive plate. You can see the two differences right here. Between here, if you can move out of the shadow. And we got two flavors. I guess over here might be the best for me. They're definitely different. I just took this one right up the middle, and that's the one we're testing right now, up here. We're on our third scan. What do you guess?
60?
Yeah, 63, 64, 63.
63, 64 wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, that'd be nice. We're on scan 4.
And ideally, I'd have one brush for each plate.
Right. One more scan. No, 2 more scans. Yeah, I'll go do a quick little look in the machine here. You can see the material's basically been spent. This is the stuff that's not sticking to the plate, so we can filter and brush that out. In the meantime, let's check out what our scan is saying here. Total THC 40.2? It barely went up. 44.3. 44.3.
Definitely increased impurities.
It did.
What did it start with?
30?
38?
No, it wasn't that high.
38 total
It was-
cannabinoids.
All right, 1 minute left on the battery. That's a wrap, dude. We did it.
Awesome.
How you feeling about this unit? I know one of the things you were stoked about was when we opened it up, it was wired.
Yep, it was all automatically set up. We didn't even need an electrician. We simply plugged this part in right here, and then plugged in the plug. That was it.
Boom. Incredible. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you and all the folks at Sambo Creek Filtration. From a guy that's been making hash for over 30 years, who was touched, luckily, by Skunkman Sam, a giant whose shoulders I was lucky enough to stand on for a couple of decades plus, who showed me static sifting over 15 years ago, to be able to have this full circle experience, to be here with young Logan, and to have now Skunkman Sam passed on in the ethers, in the realms. We're thinking about you always, brother. We appreciate what you brought to this world, and we appreciate groups like Wolverine Dabs and like Charles and the crew at Sambo Creek Filtration for bringing machines like this to life. So cool.
Yep.
Right on, brother.
Thank you.
Peace, guys. I'm not sure exactly how I missed filming a few more of these sifts, but now we have left and we are waiting for the ferry. We went to this little puff spot in Nanaimo and we saw these little rabbits. And how cute was that? I'm surprised that I didn't actually film any of our session, but I did take some pictures and we did end up back on the ferry. And then we saw a really cool boat on our way back to Horseshoe Bay at the ferry, which I have photos and some video of. So yeah, I'd say this is a perfect time if you have some dabs to just load up your banger, your slurper, whatever it is you're hitting, your Puffco, and enjoy some bunnies. Because how sweet are these little bunnies just eating grass? Just wild animals living on the side of the ocean near the water in Nanaimo. Really, really cool. There was probably about 3 or 4 of them bouncing around. I will say that Logan and I each took a dab and then we got sucked right into these bunnies. And I think this particular shot really shows just how cool they are, these little animals. So different from a squirrel or, the little animals that you see on a daily basis. And of course, just living in the most beautiful place. Well, we're about to get back on the ferry and head back to Horseshoe Bay. So we will bid adieu to the bunnies. Bye-bye, bunnies.
Man called Jk Royal.
Alongside one called Rich Spot.
Oh, yes.
What a person that.
Na 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 na. Man a herbs burner.
Strictly Sensimilia.
Oh yes. Oh again. Man a herbs burner.
Highest of the highest.
Oh
yeah.
Oh yes. You're looking at me, I say me eyes so red. Because they read up find up on Salaman head. People always ask me, say why you so humble. I don't smoke the cocaine, that's why I don't grumble. Man a herbs burner.
Strictly Sensimilia.
Representative, the killing mixtape. Man a herbs burner.
So me say herb must be burned like your teeth must be cleaned. Rather vital for spiritual hygiene. A King Solomon certified the tree, and he is the wisest man known to we. So I and I shun propaganda they preach. Herb never harm, not a sound true speech. So meanwhile the so-called leaders deceive. Man obligated to clarify and teach. You know.
Man a herbs burner.
I yes and the, I yes and the, I yes and the, I yes and the,
Man a herbs burner.
yeah.
Smoke marijuana till me eye them purple. Just get a boom shot from a friend named Urkel. Carry my same of the highest count. Just get it from the high amount. Pass me the sense, make me blaze up the chalwa. They say we little, yes we little, but we talawa. Give me the high grade crack, we sting you like a galawas. Herbalist, make we all of this. Man a herbs burner.
I yes and the, I yes and the,